Hi, I'm happy to help. When I make videos like this, you should know that everything is de-identified. So while I talk about the topics, I never name anybody's name. For what it's worth, I was just like, whoa, I'm not sure I know the answer. So I went back to that Gemini and I said, well, how common is peace and conflict studies at universities? And Gemini says that it's increasing, which might mean that we're an outlier. So you might want to talk to the faculty that teach peace and conflict studies here at our university to get an impression of maybe why this program is being discontinued, as it were. Having said that, you can see also that it is multidisciplinary, and it has a lot of other things like political science, sociology, international relations, and history. So it could be that it was maybe other constituents like the history department were just like, oh, I don't like this because it takes away students from us. I have no idea. So talk to your faculty. If you have a trusted faculty member that you can ask questions like this, that might be worth knowing. Second thing is you can see who's doing it, but if it's growing, that should be okay. So for what it's worth, I was just like, well, let's look at peace and conflict studies. So I looked in the library catalog. I'll do the search over again so you can see where I'm coming from. I don't know if I talked about this in class, but if you put stuff in quotes, it looks for that whole chunk of text as a whole. I was like, so there's probably not a lot, right? And then there's like 1,600 books on the topic. So I was just like, okay, there's a journal named Peace and Conflict Studies. And I'm like, okay, so this is kind of, it's complicated is the answer. What you could do, I'm looking at your email on another monitor. So we're looking about universities that have seen a growth or change in students while integrated peace and conflict studies majors. That might be really hard information to find, but we can look at, I mean, you can go onto Google and see what people are talking about. But you can look and see, since there's like textbooks, you can see what are they talking about. So for example, textbooks usually bubble up to the top. So there's a book called Peace and Conflict Studies. Let's see if there's one that is full text. The Routledge Companion from 2019. So they might have a chapter. Let's go into the ebook. Cruise through some of these generic sounding ebooks and see if they have a chapter that talks about the state of the discipline. And all you'd have to do is go in and look at the table of contents. So you can see, oh yeah, Peace and Conflict Studies in the 21st Century. Theory, Substance, and Practice. That might have what you're looking for. And then the other ones are probably just like how to teach it and what's being talked about. So like the introduction will probably set the tone for why it exists in colleges. Let's do another one. Perspective of South Asia. Let's see what the table of contents on this one. Yeah, there's another one. What the heck is that word? A prolegomena. Google! A critical or discursive introduction to that was unnecessarily complicated. Okay, so books. That's another place to go. And you might find more understanding of why those things are going on. But how do we drill down to how colleges make decisions? Let's make this into an advanced search. From the library homepage, you can do that too. So that's the main core. And let's do major field of study. Or, well, let's see what we got there. I mean, that's what a major stands for. Yeah, nothing. So if I typed in major, it would get like major issues or major regions. If we do college or university, and we make sure that that field, it shows up in the title so we know that the article is talking about college or university. Oh, did I accidentally do it? A map of peace and conflict studies in U.S. undergraduate colleges and universities. Ooh, written in 2007 to 2009. Okay, so did you see what I did there? It had to be in the title. If it wasn't in the title, it would look for college or university pretty much anywhere, and there'd be like a zillion results. So what I said is that it has to be in the title. That might be a great place to go. Okay, give that a try. If we do peace and conflict studies in the title, so we have 481. What do we get? Oh, 53. I think I accidentally found the answer to your question. Woohoo! Okay, so library catalog, and these do title for both of them. Let's look at a database. So from the databases, do you remember in the class I had a list of databases? We can also go in through databases here. I tried to say that in class, but I end up going so fast. So let's go to education. This is K through 12 mostly, but the librarian in charge of education, whoever the discipline is, will put their favorite database at the top in yellow. So let's do that same search. To do advanced search, get rid of this yellow bar that haunts me everywhere. Let's do that same search in the title. Now watch, it's going to give us like nothing but bunk. Ooh, it added or higher education. Okay, fingers crossed. 1. Oh, and it's a dissertation. It's not even an article. You can see it's a dissertation. So maybe, but in these we have an abstract. So you can back out from the title to like a description of the article. Hey, then there's 31. Reproducing peace. Another one to try. Here's databases that I recommend that you try. A big one, so education, that's a great one. Maybe try different keywords. Cruise around. Another one is called PAIS. It doesn't have a designation because it's an interdisciplinary one, but under the letter P, PAIS, this is public policy. So people are funding programs in a college or university. That's another one. Another great one from historical perspective, is J for JSTOR. This one is deep and multidisciplinary. And then, since it's political, let's see what we have for political science. Political science and public admin. Since they're teaching this, you could try this database, Worldwide Political Science Abstracts. But it looked like my search in the library catalog that I did that looked like this gave us some pretty good stuff. And if you narrow down to peer-reviewed journals and you avoid the books, I do recommend looking in the books. Then you can find these other ones. Oh, except there's like book reviews. Wah, wah. Okay, you get the idea. Does this help? Let me know how it goes. I think this is great, and we might have to dig a little bit. Talk to your faculty and see, be brave and ask them questions of like, well, why, if Gemini and Bard says it's trending up, why is our university trending down? And maybe they can offer you more insight that can help inform your keywords here. But let's keep the conversation going.